Hey, it's Kenny with helicopterground.com, Helicopter Online Ground School. Wanted to do a quick introduction tonight to November 59 FS. This helicopter is a new and available with flight training at the Plymouth Municipal Airport. We train in the Robinson R44, we train in Enstrom F28F. Now we have this Enstrom 280FX available. So we want to introduce this helicopter to you, let you know it's out there available for training, talk a little bit about the Enstroms. It's a great aircraft. They have a time-tested high inertia rotor system that's just absolutely amazing. And I run into a lot of people and they say, you know, I've heard about Enstroms and I've heard good things, but I've never flown in one. And I hear that a lot. And then the other day, one of our members was here from Michigan. He goes, man, everybody says stay away from Enstrom. I'm like, are you kidding me? So I don't know where he heard that or who he was talking to, but they've been around forever. It's a great aircraft. And we'll go in here to the cockpit, and right there on the end of the cyclics, that little trim button. If you learn how to fly this thing with the trim, it makes flying this thing just such an absolute breeze. And it takes a little bit for the average person to get the hang of that trim if they've never used a trim before. But I can tell you, once you learn to use that trim, it is so sweet. We'll take a look here in the cockpit section. You can take out the collective in the middle, and you can put a cushion in there. That's what makes it a 3-seat aircraft. Now, it works good for, like, say, 2 adults and a child. Works really well. If you put 3 big guys in there side by side, there's not a whole heck of a lot of room for everybody. So, you know, they call it a 3-seater. Works good 2.5. It all depends on the size of the person. These aircraft have 20-gallon fuel tanks, one on each side, so it holds 40 gallons total, which is awesome. And then here's that high inertia rotor system. You know, this thing makes the auto rotation characteristics absolutely amazing. When somebody's transferring from a Robinson into the Enstrom, you know, I tell them what it's going to be like, and they don't really understand. And then once I show them, they go, oh my God, that is so easy. And it is, because of that high inertia system. You know, you don't have to slam the collective down. You can just push the collective down, enter that auto rotation. If you set your speed, you really don't do much except maybe pull a little bit of collective to slow the rotor down, and just wait till it's time to flare about treetop level. Level it back out and you're done. It's very little workload during the auto rotation, and that what just makes it such an awesome aircraft. There's a baggage compartment right here on the left-hand side. Well, let's see, we'll go over to the fuel tank right now. Oh yeah, what I want to tell you here, fuel stick. Enstrom has a factory fuel stick, so you can check that tank before every flight and you can check after every flight. That way you always know exactly how many gallons of gas is in this aircraft. And that's pretty cool. A lot of aircraft don't have that. So you'll never have to trust the fuel gauge. You can monitor and make sure the fuel gauge is working and still use the fuel gauge then, because you know how many gallons was in the aircraft when you started, and you know how many gallons is in there when you're done, so you can keep really good track of it. We're going to go back over here, and I'm going to point out to you the baggage box. The smaller training aircraft, you know, we like all of them. Robinson, Schweitzer, they're all great aircraft. Everything has pros and cons, but this one has a nice baggage area. So if you're going somewhere and you're taking a passenger with you, you can both take an overnight bag, or you're going for a check ride, like a CFI check ride, and you got all this stuff, you know, or any check ride. You always got a lot of things you're carrying with you. And those other aircraft, you know, a lot of times you're like, where do I put this and where do I put that? There's just no room to take anything with you. So with that being said, that's one of the big factors. Not only is the high inertia rotor system awesome, but having that baggage box is pretty darn handy. Like I said, when you're traveling check rides, or you want to go somewhere and do an overnight trip, or you're traveling with them cross country, you can take an actual suitcase with you. You know, it's a rugged built helicopter. They've been around for years. They're just such a joy to fly. And this is, you know, a pretty slick and pretty aircraft, but they are, in my opinion, as far as the training helicopters go, they are the heavy-duty truck of helicopters, or of the light helicopters. And they're very reliable. They're tough. And I can tell you, I've been flying them for 20 years, and these things can take a beating. I can tell you that for an absolute fact. I mean, they still require maintenance like any helicopter, and you got to take care of them, and you got to love them, and you got to give them the maintenance they need. But if they do, boy, they sure turn out to be a nice aircraft. So please give us a like and share on this video. Let us know if you're interested in our flight training. You can always check that out at helicopterground.com. There's a flight training tab, so give us a like and share, and we'll see you in the next video. Oh yeah, you can also contact our Helicopter Online Ground School member support by text or calling 574-767-1797. Gary Cleveland mans that Monday through Friday, 8 to 4, and then returns calls, daily. You can get a hold of Gary for any kind of scheduling or any questions about our ground school. You can contact him there, and you can also email him at gary@helicopterground.com. So we'd love to hear from you. Again, give us a like and share, make a comment down below, and we shall see you in the next video.